We are at a big change in history and everyone has a role to play. I'm not sure if you're going to understand me, but can you raise your arm if you're feeling hopeless at all about the situation? If you're feeling upset, if you're feeling sad, can you raise your arm if you are? If you're feeling sad about what you're seeing, if you're feeling a little bit defeated, okay. This is how Israel would want you to feel. Because they employ a defeatist mentality where you think you are not going to be able to do something. But although the situation is difficult, put in mind that this is after over 70 years of lying. If you look at this entity, each one of their prominent political figures is an ex-intelligence, ex-Mossad, ex-Shai. They thrive on misinformation. That you think Israel is the only democracy in the Middle East, and if it wasn't for Israel, these Islamists are going to attack us in our homes. They are defending our every right to exist. Can you imagine that this is the lie that they keep on repeating, to the extent that they have eradicated over 900 Palestinian families, and mainstream media is still continuing this lie. And this is why when you raise your hand to feel that you're sad or that you're upset, you take this sadness, you take these feelings, and you realize that you have a very important role to play. Because each one, even if you're sitting at a cafe, even if you're sitting amongst friends, if you speak unapologetically now and talk against what Israel is doing, that is having an effect. Because although it's hard to watch everything that is happening, put in mind that this is over 70 years of a propaganda machine. Israel's power is not in Palestine. It's outside. It's AIPAC. It's how much money they pour into this mainstream media. It's when you're watching a Hollywood movie and they bring you a Mossad agent that looks cool and that you want to be like them. That's Israel's power. The power of them being able to lie. And it's not their messages, because their messages are weak, because they are weak. It is the way they deliver the messages. It is the way they lie. And once you know that, you know how to combat them. And this is why everyone now has a very important role to play. Be it the politician, being the students. I went around over 7 encampments in universities. These students, they are the future leaders. These students had no idea what's happening in Israel before. Now they know. The power of knowledge is extremely important. That is your weapon. That is what you are going to use to defeat Israel. And it might not be today, but you need to have this patience. One of their ex-presidents had said, in spying, as in war, the legend of success is in itself a success factor. They want you to think they are strong. They want you to think they're undefeatable. They want you to think that they're the only democracy in the world. But you know what they are? A lie. We have a phrase in Arabic, التكرار يعلم الشطار. They've repeated the lie so much that it acted as truth. That you watch a little boy holding a stone and you think Israel has a right to defend itself against him. Do you have any idea how racist it is for these mainstream media channels to assume that the people are going to be disrespected, not just killed, disrespected, and do nothing about it? That is a racist notion. And this is why everyone has a role to play now. Before, I used to remember, we had this, I remember one of my cousins would say, خلي بالك عشان ما تخوفيش الأجانب. Be careful so that you don't upset the foreigners at the dinner table. You have to speak in a certain way. This is not the time for this. This is not the time for appeasement. This is the time to speak unapologetically. And you have a right to do so because you're speaking the truth. And as long as you have truth, you have power.